What's up, happy family? Super D and I are going to show you our outdoor airsoft loadouts. Then I'm going to have an Airsoft GI patch mystery package opening and show you our patch wall. This video is going to start with me showing you my outdoor loadout. So for footwear, when I play outdoors, I just wear some simple tan boots. Whenever I play outdoors for pants, I just wear these simple 3-color desert pants that I got from the army store. They have nothing fancy or anything, just some simple 3-color desert BDUs, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think these are BDUs. For shirt, I'm wearing a True Spec TRU combat shirt. The reason I like combat shirts better than BDUs or ACUs is because unlike the BDUs and ACUs, they're thick in the middle and they have all these pockets. And with a plate carrier, you get really hot. The combat shirt is about as thick as a t-shirt in the middle, so you sweat a lot less and are a lot cooler. It also has a zipper you can pull down or up. Whenever I'm playing, I have it up just for a little bit better neck protection. Whenever I'm not playing, I pull it down a little bit just to be cooler. The sleeves are thicker because that's the point of a combat shirt, to be thinner in the middle for plate carrier or body armor or whatever, and thicker on the sleeves for better protection. You can put little foam pads and pocket inserts here. The left side can hold 3 pens or pencils or whatever. Each side of the shirt has a pocket you can open and store stuff in. I never really put anything in there, it just kind of weighs it down a little bit. And I have nothing to put in there anyway. And they also double as giving you patch space. So that is my shirt.
Left side! Moving left!
Now to my headgear. First thing, just a simple neck wrap. It's multicam. I like it a lot. I like it better than shamogs because you don't have to tie it, and sometimes shamogs get loose and it's not going all over the place. You just slip it over your head. It's really simple and it's really good at camouflaging your neck, giving a little bit extra protection and picking up some sweat. Then the mesh mask. This is just a simple tan mesh mask. A lot of the mesh masks have 2 straps now. I got the one with 1 strap. The reason I like 1 strap better is because whenever I have a lot of straps on my head, like if I have headphones and goggles and a mesh mask, it just gets crazy. So whenever there's only 1 strap, it's a lot more simple. And it fits my face pretty well. I usually have it something like this. Now you may be wondering why I folded it. The reason I folded it is because whenever I wear headphones or contacts too, when the mesh mask is folded back, the contacts go over it and it's really uncomfortable, so I folded it forward. Even though it looks kind of silly, it actually works, and the contacts can stay there. It's a pretty good mesh mask, I like it a lot. My goggles, these are not actually made by an Airsoft brand, but Airsoft Fields would let me use them because they're full seal, as long as the goggles are full seal. These goggles are actually in the I-4 series. I'm pretty sure they were made for like working in shops or something if you're cutting, although I do like them a lot because they've only fogged on me once. They're never going to fog. As long as you clean the lenses, these will never fog. They've only fogged on me once, and that was because it was like the 5th time when I hadn't ever cleaned the lens. So overall, they are pretty cool. The lenses are actually dual lens, one for protection and one is an anti-fog layer. They are foam on the inside, so they're really comfortable. I used to use big goggles, but I didn't like those because even though they are bigger, they feel kind of boxy. And since these are smaller and more up against your eyes, I kind of feel like it gives you a little bit better peripheral vision. And they're the most comfortable ones I've ever seen because they have foam and not like rubber like others. My hat. This hat is just a simple baseball cap that's multicam with a flag patch on it. Overall, I like this pretty good. I wear this in Airsoft, the reason because I used to wear a helmet, but I ended up not liking it because it was so big and bulky and kind of heavy and a little bit uncomfortable. I never really fitted it correctly that much, but I just ended up not liking the helmet. The hat's a lot more comfortable, and I've never actually gotten shot in the head ever. Although, if I do, it'd probably be far away because most people don't aim at each other's heads. So, this is how it'd look with all my headgear on. Oh, I forgot one thing. My contacts. These are not real contacts. They're made by Z Tactical. They're mock ones, although they do turn on by holding these 2 buttons. So you can hear on the outside, each muff holds 1 AA battery. They are pretty comfortable. They come with a microphone that can work. And they come with this connector here, which is for if you want to use this with a radio, you can actually plug this into a PTT and plug your PTT into a radio so you can talk to people. I mostly use these for ear protection, but I do have a PTT and a radio, which I'll talk about later in case somebody is on a channel I can talk to. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like with all my headgear. This is me with my full headgear on. I have the baseball cap, neck wrap, mesh mask, goggles, and Z Tactical contacts, and it's overall really comfortable, and I like it a lot. Next, I'm gonna go to my plate carrier. Out of all my gear, this is plate carrier, and I don't really care too much about pants and shirt, but plate carrier and helmet are what I care about the most, because helmet is what protects your head, plate carrier is what's holding your gear. Now on my plate carrier, this is a Condor MOPC or modular operator plate carrier. I just use this for airsoft. A lot of people complain about Condor for some reason, saying they're a bad brand because they're bad quality, but personally for airsoft, I feel like they work completely fine and I have no problems with Condor. Most of the gear on my plate carrier is Condor. So first of all, my plate carrier is here. On the inside of the plate carrier, you can see it has that to pick up sweat, which works really good. It can hold side plates and front and back plates. I don't have real plates in them, obviously, it's just airsoft. Although I do have fake plates in them, or dummy plates made by EMG. And the reason I wear them is just so it pops out more, so it's not like floppy when you're wearing it. And it does give a little bit protection against BBs. So for mag pouches, I have the Condor triple double stacker mag pouch attached on here with Molly. Basically, 3 kangaroo mag pouches, all for M4 mags, or 6 mag pouches in all. One in the back and then a shorter one in front. And they all hold M4 magazines, standard M4 mags. Whenever it's shorter games, I usually use about 4 magazines. For longer, I bring 6, and if it's long games, like playing till the rest of the day, I'll bring an extra high cap and speed loader with me. But the magazines I use are the KWA K120 mid cap magazines. They work pretty good, and none of them have ever jammed or failed. I just love them. They're made out of polymer. They're really easy to take apart and clean or fix if you need them to. Here's the shell, here's the magazine. And they hold, in the name, K120, 120 BBs. All front straps have broken off. I don't know why at all. Although I kind of like that way, and I might have done it later anyway, because they don't fall out or anything, so it's fine. And I like to have my mags in front easy to take out anyway. The mags in back, all the straps are on completely fine. And I like just to have the straps on in the back. I don't know why. I have one pistol mag pouch here. I don't have an extra pistol mag. The reason I carry this is just for a multi-tool in case, because sometimes I've needed a screwdriver or somebody else did and I didn't need one. So now I just put this pistol mag pouch on here for a multi-tool. This is a Condor, I'm pretty sure it's called a buddy pouch. Anyway, you can open it up and you can adjust how far it opens, but it's really for anything. I just used it for band-aids and gauze pads and antibiotic cream and stuff, just in case somebody has an injury. Obviously, if somebody like broke their leg or something, this isn't going to do anything. It's just for simple injuries like cuts. I have Elite Force Dead Rag, a Z Tactical PTT, the same people who made my headphones, which comes up and on this piece of Molly here is in there, and connects to my radio using a Kenwood plug. Like that. And then from there, I'll plug in my headphones to the PTT. I figured it out how to wrap, or I didn't figure it out myself, I saw a video actually, but how to get my sling up to the front of the plate carrier. So whenever I'm walking, I have, let me see, this gun has it. You can see, it's actually Condor sling, a Condor 1-point sling. I can attach it like that, so when I'm walking, I can just leave it hanging. It's never fell off or anything, and it works pretty good. And I'll show you in a second how I've done that. What I've done is, in the shoulder pads, I took the sling And you can see what I did here. I did exactly the same on the other one. I have the sling going through the shoulder pad. Same on the other one. Around to the back of the plate carrier. And just with a little carabiner I got somewhere, I attach it to the back of the molly. And I can pull down. And it's not going to go anywhere. The front patches, I just have an American flag patch and my call sign patch, Ghost. That is my call sign. Back here, I just have some hex patches and a Texas flag patch. On the side, I have a dump pouch. I usually have it wrapped up. Whenever I need to dump my first magazine in there, because I don't usually put the magazines back, it takes too long, I just dump them in there. I can just unwrap this and it'll open up, and then I just dump my magazine in there. The dump pouch works pretty good and I use it every single time I play. Definitely one of the most useful pieces of my plate carrier. I have another carabiner up on the front with my gloves connected. Whenever I need to put my gloves on, I can easily take them off. I use mechanics, I'm not sure exactly the name, just some simple mechanics glove. Whenever I play outdoor games, I usually do molly on my hydration pack. And then have the hydration piece go through here. Although last time I played it was leaking, so I took it off and decided not to use it. I don't really usually need the hydration pack much. I almost all the time drink water whenever I'm not playing. Although I have it on just in case. I might really not bring it that much anymore because I end up not really needing to drink water on the field. So the radio I use is the Baofeng UV82. It's a really good radio. I like it a lot. I just got it, but I have no problems with it. If you turn it on, you can see it's on channel mode now. It does these two buttons on the side. The top one is radio. I just have it to 96.1. That's radio, and then the bottom small button here is a flashlight. First one is on, second one is SOS, third one is off. I never use the flashlight, but sometimes it's cool because when I have it plugged in, I can just turn the radio on while I'm playing. I barely ever do that, but I have done it before, and just be listening to radio in my headphones while I'm playing. The reason I have it up on my shoulder is because whenever I'm not wearing my headphones, instead of having let's say it's down here, having to hold it and then come down here and talk, I can just have it here. I can just press the button and talk here. I usually don't need to do that anyway because I have my PTT. I can just come down here. My holster for my 1911 is a Blackhawk Serpa holster. It has one button you press to unlock it and pull your handgun out. It's made for real handguns or real firearms. Blackhawk makes their holsters for real firearms, although it's fine for airsoft too. As long as you have a modeled airsoft gun, that'll work with the holster. My pistol is probably the most used pistol in airsoft. It's the Elite Force Colt 1911 A1 Tactical. I like this pistol a lot, mainly because it has complete ambidextrous controls. Super reliable. I've never had the actual pistol break before. Bottom rail I don't use anyway, and it has a threaded barrel. If you want a fake suppressor or tracer, I don't use anyway. It has great iron sights. Grip is very comfortable. And it's very easy to take apart. If you know how to take apart a real 1911, you'll easily know how to take apart this. But overall, this is a great pistol. Elite Force 1911 A1 Tactical. I love it. I used two guns. The first gun I used when I played outdoors was the KWA KM4 RIS, which is KWA's one of their original M4 AEGs with the rail integration system. It works pretty good. Internally, it's not modified at all. Externally, all I have is a grip, a sticker, and the mock ACOG scope that's currently on my other gun. Whenever I use this, I'll put the fake ACOG scope on. It's full metal, which can get pretty heavy sometimes, although I really like it and it gives it some extra realism. I've used this gun, it's really reliable and I love it. The next gun is the new one I've been using recently. It's a Lancer Tactical Warlord DMR 18-inch. This is kind of my DMR setup. I like this gun because it has full ambidextrous controls and it has a right-handed and left-handed bolt release. Since the bolt locks back, it's easier to adjust your hop up. Like that. I have painted it. I took the whole thing apart and painted the lower receiver, the upper receiver, and the stock, and the outer barrel only. I recently just added the black flash hider. I keep the orange one just in case anyway, and most local fields allow black flash hiders, so that's why I have this on. I have the front and rear iron sights on. I end up not using them anyway. I have the stubby grip that it came with. I like it a lot. It has Key-Mod rails all around it except one long top Picatinny rail. I have the fake ACOG on it with this scope riser. The reason I have the scope riser is with my mesh mask. Because I'm wearing a mesh mask, it's basically impossible to aim down any optic on airsoft or real gun. So with a mesh mask, especially how mine's folded, you kind of need a scope riser to even aim down the gun. For sling mount, it has one sling mount here on both sides. I don't like it because it ended up scratching the gun. So I just put a QD sling mount on the stock. This gun is upgraded internally, although all I've upgraded is the hop up. So I don't know if you can see here, but that blue piece there is the Pro Win hop up. I upgraded the hop up to try to get it the best range and accuracy as possible, because most range and accuracy in airsoft guns, this has nothing to do with real firearms, it's mostly in the hop up and the inner barrel. The inner barrel stock, I didn't upgrade it because it's really long and I think it's fine for now. I might get a better one later, but it's pretty good in my opinion. So what I've upgraded for the hop up is I got a Pro Win hop up. I got it because it's metal and not plastic. It's a rotary. So because it's rotary, it's much easier to adjust. And since it's metal, it's a lot stronger and not wobbly like some other plastic hop-ups. I've got the bucking to a G&G green bucking because a lot of people say that's the best. So I just put one in there. And my nub is actually a Firefly Namazu flat hop nub. So that was my outdoor airsoft loadout. Now let's go check out the patch wall. Here's the patch wall. It's actually a Lancer Tactical patch wall. It's just nailed into the wall here. And we have a lot of patches. We have Evike patches, hex patches, flag patches, random other patches, Airsoft Innovations patch, 511 patch, my call sign. Favorite patches, I definitely like, if you heard this patch, one of my favorites. If you heard my shot, I wasn't aiming for you. I love this. The Airsoft supposed to look like Amazon. Armenian flag patch, because I'm half Armenian. I love this one. I couldn't find a full Armenian flag. I just found the hex patch. And of course the Evike patches. We have the As Seen on Evike TV and the Gangnam patch. Personally, I really like the design of the Gangnam patch. I like the bright yellow and how it's in the shield shape. So those are just some of my personal favorite patches. Have a difference? Not really. Okay, so now I'm going to open this Airsoft GI 2018 New Year's Mystery Patch Package. We bought 2 of these, so we have 2 patches. Let's open the first one and see what we get. So first I got a Monkey Tactical Medic Spartan patch, which is pretty cool. Let's see our second patch opening. Oh, this is cool. My favorite time is quiet time, and it has the pistols with the suppressors.
Hello, happy family. Now I'm going to show you my loadout. Before I start, I want to say that my loadout is not exactly the way I want it to be. And there's some things that I want to change, and I will probably always be changing until I find the perfect loadout, if there is such a thing. So, this is what I'm currently running, and I'll start from head to toe. I am using this Lancer Tactical CA739 helmet, and it has the NVG mount. and I'm using the NVG GoPro mount, and the GoPro I'm using is a GoPro Hero 5 Black. I also have experimented with using this zoom lens on my GoPro. It does give nice shots, and I think it gets better footage for the GoPro, but the only problem is that it makes your helmet forward heavy. And I really should probably use a weight in the back to counterbalance. But the whole problem with all of that is it just gets everything so heavy on your head. And then I'm combining that with the Diaxis Pro mask. I used to use separate goggles and a separate mask, but this is a much better quality goggles, and it's all in one strap, not having to have two straps. So I think that works better. For neck protection, I like using a Schmog. And when it's cold outside, it's even nice because it helps keep your neck warm as well. Right now I'm wearing 3-color desert camo. The plate carrier I'm using is a Condor Defender one. And what I have done here is, actually I had Robert do it for me, is he ran my sling through the shoulders, through the back, and he used these zip ties. So it makes it all together one instead of having an extra strap around you, and I think that works much better. On the back, he mollied this to the plate carrier, one of these backpacks for a hydration pack, and that's what I put my HPA tank in. On the front, I have my dead rag here mollied to my plate carrier, and in here is, I didn't know all the names of this. And here, this little accessory pocket thing is where I actually like to keep extra batteries and extra mini discs, because I'm a different kind of player than most of you guys. I'm almost a cameraman first and a player second. So I'm carrying camera gear on me as well as airsoft gear. One of the first things I'd like to change out is this plate carrier. It's a nice plate carrier, but I think it's too big for me, as well as I also think it's a little bit too bulky. I would like to get a plate carrier that doesn't have this cummerbund that wraps around you and these side panels. I'm looking at one that has just straps that connect the front to the back, and that way it'll be much lighter. And that's kind of what I am always looking for me, is how I can be much lighter and not bulk down with so much stuff. One of the things I also do, which is probably different from everybody else, is most people like to molly their mag pouches on the front, and I don't like doing that. When I have my helmet on and my goggles on, and when I look down, I see mag pouches and stuff, and I feel like I can't see very well. So what I've been doing is I just actually put my extra mags in my pockets here, like that. And I keep I run 2 mags. Actually, I run 3 mags. 1 mag in the gun and one mag in each leg. And for me personally, I like to use high cap mags because I don't want to be switching out all the time with mid caps. If I was playing a mil-sim and I didn't want to have any noise with the BBs shaking within the caps, then I'd probably run mid caps. But for the way I play, I like high caps. I use mechanics gloves. The tank I use is a Ninja tank, and I use a red line regulator and hose. The gun I'm using is a G&G SRL. It has been fitted with a Gen 2 version 3 Polar Star with a red poppet. And recently I had Robert change out the hop-up system. So now I have a Pro-Win hop-up with a Firefly Namazu nub, and I have a G&G green bucking. So basically it's flat hopped. I have a Valken red dot sight. I have a Strike Industries front grip. I have this laser that I bought on Amazon, and I also bought this little mount for my GoPro Hero 3. And that's another thing that I'd like to change up very soon, is change to a Hero 5 Session, so it'll be a smaller camera. I also bought a black flash hider. I think it's a Valken. I think it's a plastic one. And I like actually using the laser because sometimes when I'm playing and it is so bright outside, I can barely even see my red dot sight. So when that happens and or the battery runs out, I can also kind of quickly aim by just flashing my laser and seeing, you know, basically where my gun is pointing. And then I can kind of eye it from there. One thing I'm looking to do is I'm thinking about changing out my upper receiver to something longer and getting a longer barrel, because as I played more, my style of gameplay is more like a support person. And actually playing while being a cameraman is super hard, probably much more harder than you can realize, because when I have my Run Cam 2 here, which is something I should have mentioned, that goes there. And it has a 35mm lens in it, and it's basically a zoom lens, so it brings everything in much closer. So therefore, to have nice shots, I've actually got to take shots that are a little bit further away. I can't be up close. And second of all, where I point the gun is where I'm pointing the camera. So when I take a shot, I still want to be still. Even if the shot hits the person, I still want to be still because I want to see the BB hit the person and maybe even get their reaction after they get hit. So you've almost got to stand there like a target. And you can't, and if you just move even this, even your movement that little much, the person may be off the camera or out of frame, so you don't even see the shot. So it's a completely different style of play. And anyway, so back to what I was saying is I want to get a longer barrel because I'm taking basically longer shots anyways. So I want a longer barrel. I switched out my hop up, so I just want long, accurate, consistent shots. Okay, happy family, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications button. Peace out.